Are they still around? Your old trainers?
If you were around, he'd be dead. His eyes flash red at that.
I think one day Pokemon will not allow this to happen. And there's going to be some problems for the humans out there.
Like Johto? Or whatever the place is called?
I think that's a start.
I would have agreed pre-chase, but I'm partial to my human. My brother.
Why do you call him your brother? He's just a human.
So?
Do you think that maybe us Pokemon are allowing ourselves to get a little bit too close to these people? Like, we all have powers that should make us better. And yet, here we are out there following them around and doing what they want us to do. And
you're adorable, puppy. I choose to do things. I thought you chose to do things. That's why I like you.
And how many don't choose, though? And how do we help those who don't get the choice?
That is a good question.
I lost my family because of Pokemon who didn't have a choice, who were ordered to kill.
Nods.
Were you one of those Pokemon who were ordered to kill?
Yes. Up until I chose not to, and I was left for dead.
Did you ever kill beyond the wall?
No, everything was this side of the wall.
And Remy feels he relaxes a little bit.
Well, I mean, there was times I needed to eat when I was in the wild, but that's just nature. And that was another Pokemon that would be food otherwise. Bug type is surprisingly tasty.
Well, hopefully we can stay on the same page about who's deciding to do what. And I'm not saying we have to go against these partners, and I'm not asking for Pokemon to rebel in general. I'm asking for us to have a chance to make our own decisions and make our own choices, and
sorry,
be able to help those that can't help themselves get out of these predicaments where they're forced to fight.
I can agree to that much. Unless I think you're being completely stupid. I mean, that last fight, you were being completely stupid.
It was the first
Let's
fight
stand out in the middle of an open doorway and draw ranged attacks onto us instead of making them fall back. Come to us where I could hit them with melee. You guys should have been hitting with ranged attacks, you Fern and your human. Just saying. I've thought about it.
Yeah, that was the first fight I was in, and...
What?
It didn't go so well.
No. Get smarter, pretty puppy. If you want to be our alpha, get smarter.
I think I've been pretending to be an alpha, to be honest. I think it's all just words. And I think I came to realize that during that fight. I don't think I made to be the person I want to be. It was all just a fabrication until that moment. Then I realized it was real.
Grabs your tail, yanks you down. Too many words. The reality is, when our humans were unconscious, you kept us together. That's the mark of an alpha. I would have went off and did my own thing. You didn't let me. Granted, Bullet, you, Fern, yeah, they follow. That's what they do. I think they're comfortable with that. I don't know if it's just their age or how they were raised.
So can we make a deal that whether I'm actually an alpha or pretending to be one, I need you at my side?
Well, I'm at my brother's side, but yeah, I'll back you. Until I can't, of course, because I must make fun of you. I think that's been a hallmark of us since day one.
Oh, let's maintain that illusion. That's fine.
Obviously.
Fine with me.
Pretty puppy. Ruffles hair between ears.
Little runt. And he knocks him over with a snout.
Ah! Sits up, writes costume. Good. As long as we have that, it's normal.
And Remy looks sideways real quick, like, "Oh my god, did anyone notice us?" Like he starts backing up and growling a little bit, cool. And just pretend that we're fighting, man.
Yeah.
Hit me with a hammer or something. Yeah. And then
Did Nora and Chase see that?
I don't know. Did they?
I don't know. Do you want to roll a perception?
Well, when Remy got jerked down off his ledge, he might have heard a thump.
That's true.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on.
Do they think it's a fight?
Yeah, roll a perception. I'm gonna say Noir did not.
Come
That's
on.
good.
Stats. There we are.
And I'm gonna say Chase
Nope.
did not. Nope, they did not see that.
You're just really intent on that butterfly.
Yes.
And they might be distracted by the fact that Fabian just went into a trance. So.
That too.
Right.
Probably more likely.
So, okay, there's a knock on Cassie's door.
So yeah, she'll just call out a yeah.
How you doing, Cassie? How'd you sleep?
Fine. How about you?
Not really well. Didn't end up in the dream world. One of us didn't sleep.
At that point, she'll walk to the door and open it. You know, one hand still on the knob, the other on the door jamb, and she does, you know, pretty evidently look tired. But hey, maybe if they all had poor sleep, they all did.
Roll a perception, Chase. Another perception. 10. Okay. Cassie's eyes are a little red. Roll a medicine education.
Oh, because he's so good at that.
I just want to know what.
Shut up.
Just remember when he Wolverined.
3. All right.
The snow.
Continue the scene. Go ahead and continue the scene.
God.
So you didn't enter the dream world either?
No, I didn't. That leaves me very upset.
I could tell. Must be why you decided to pay us this morning visit.
I'm doing my rounds. I'll find the other two eventually. I will knock someone out tomorrow night if this happens again.
Chase, language.
I will put someone into a lullaby sleep if this happens again.
Serious? It means that much to you?
It does. Do
You
want to step
never
out
even
here?
talk to us when we're in there. You just go off on your own.
I think that will change, and I think if anything, I'm the one who opened up the most in there so far.
Uh-huh. All right, well, it's good to see you again. I'm going to head back into my room.
Chase puts his foot on the door so that it doesn't close.
So she'll just kind of like, you know, dryly, like, you know, perk her brow or whatever. Just be all right, what do you want?
What's the problem?
I'm dealing with some shit right now. So if you don't really mind, I'd like to get back to it.
Chase looks at Fabian. Language.
I am dealing with some stuff right now. Is that better?
Is it stuff you need to go into the dream world to talk about, or can you talk about it here?
All right. So she'll, you know, sigh a little bit and step aside and then just gesture for him to enter the room.
He walks in.
All right. So she'll close the door after him, then turn around and say, so, remember the whole dad being dead thing?
Yeah.
So, maybe I've known this all along, maybe not. But it turns out that he didn't die from sickness. Someone got to him first. So now the question is, who and why?
And do you have any leads?
Perfect. Not off camera, out of character. Hard.
Camera.
Yeah, off camera. So, speaking of, I keep calling Karth Hark again. Could I make some rolls to see if she was able to figure anything out? She's basically just rattling her brain for anyone she would have known, her father had, dealt with in the past, and then, done research into them or whatever they might have represented. Or
Sure. Yes. A roll.
I don't expect to find anything, to be fair, but that's just kind of what she would have done.
I don't think you would have been able to find out anything.
Okay.
But out of character, you were given a clue last session, to what or who might be connected. But beyond that, I wouldn't say you'd be able to find out anything. Okay.
And nothing investigating that specifically either? I mean, not that we can do much at this point, just in the room, but...
Investigating that clue specifically, I'm going to say no.
Okay. I won't bother rolling then, because I assume there's no point. Cool. This is, however, the point where I wish that you had the episode up so I could really know what that clue was exactly.
Do you want me to remind you what the clue
Yeah,
was?
that'd be cool.
I believe, before I answer it, does anyone know the answer to it?
I think I might know, and I might play into the scene if you want to take a chance on it. And if I'm wrong, then you might have to give us both.
Was your character present when the clue was given?
My character was?
No, I'm not going off of something that... I'm going off something from the dream world.
Because I believe the clue was... Because I think Cassie somehow asked... Was it in the dream world that you asked something about who was involved in the murder of your dad? Was it the dream world?
No, we haven't entered the dream. So.
No.
I'm trying to remember.
I thought it was the psychic rally with Madame Vu.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, she said something about the Alpha Omega symbol, I think.
Yeah, that's what it was. The Alpha Omega symbol. Yes.
There wasn't anything beyond that?
Beyond the Alpha Omega symbol, that was the only clue you were given so far.
Okay. My bad. Yeah, because I remember her like, what does it mean? But cool. Sorry, what did Chase ask then?
No, Chase was just gonna. So Chase will be pacing around the room after asking if Cassie has any leads, and then he'll turn around and he'll notice the 8-ball on her nightstand, and he'll freeze while looking at the 8-ball. He'll think of the 8-ball as the 8-ball in the dream world, and so it's disorienting him a little because he's seeing it in the real world, and he didn't anticipate it being so close.
Yeah.
All right. So she'll say, "Yeah, leads, not exactly. No. So here's what happened. We went to the psychic rally, right? And I don't know how much credit you're gonna give the psychics or whatever, but." One of them mentioned the facts, and how the hell would they have known, that he was killed. So that kind of just confirmed my own suspicions. Aside from that, the friggin' Alpha Omega symbol from the door in the dream world, and then nothing else. She couldn't tell me what that might mean. She couldn't tell me, how she knew any of the bullcrap that she actually knew. But that's what I've got to work with.
So... if Alpha and Omega is behind it, then you've got a direct connection into the same group that might have been behind the death of your father. Why wouldn't you embrace the fact that you have this chance to find out more?
Okay, what are you saying?
I'm saying you should find out who killed your father.
Well, yeah, no shit. But the question is, where do you even start at this point?
Chase picks up the 8-ball. Can I? As he's like flipping.
The door's closed.
Sorry, the door's closed. Oh, something's happening in the chat.
She said language in the chat.
Language is what she said. Language.
So Chase picks up the 8-ball and starts throwing it up and down. He's like, "Oh, can I?" Like as if, "Can I pick this up?" It's too late. And then he shakes it and he says, "Was Cassie's father a good man?" And then turns it around.
It's gonna say most likely. Most likely. Which is different from it is certain and different from without a doubt. It says most likely.
Though on the Wikipedia, that is also a green answer.
It is a green answer.
Floor is yours, though. Yeah.
And he puts the 8-ball back down. Father seems like a decent enough man to have us find out how this happened. Even a couple of us have least likely times in our lives where we're not so good at men. Most will do.
I mean, I'm not going to say that he was perfect, but as I see it, yeah, he's a good guy. And you know, whatever happened, he didn't deserve it. I can say that much. So look, if you can somehow help figure whatever this is out, I'd appreciate it, all right?
Well, here's the thing, Cassie. It's not that I can help. And that's what you need to understand after tonight. You have 4 other people who can help. We're one right now, and we need to act like it.
I mean, I guess you're not wrong. I just don't know if I want to drag all of them into this.
We're already all dragged into this. He raises his shirt to show his ribs, and along each rib is their names.
And seeing that, yeah, her brow will perk again. She'll just ask, what's all that?
Just in case something happens to you all. You're now a part of who I am.
That's actually surprising. Frankly, didn't realize you cared that much.
Well, the dream world has a way of making things make sense. So when that dream world is taken away, I'm going to start taking it very personal.
All right, then at this point, if we're going to be honest and if we're going to be a team, I will apologize for not letting you have your dream world tonight.
Apology
I hope you
accepted.
understand if I wasn't able to get to sleep properly. And I didn't know that that's how it worked.
Totally understandable. Just don't do it again.
I certainly don't want to. Oh, out of character, or Chase will knock her out, apparently.
I will stranglehold you. I will put you to sleep.
Just bribe Remy. He has sleep.
Well, that's true. That's true. All right, well,
Alright.
for now, though, if you could not tell the others, just so I could straighten things out a little bit more.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, that aside, what's on the agenda for today?
Looks like it's back down memory lane for us. We're going back to Cecilia City.
What, memory
It's
lane
a-
for us?
It's memory lane for me. Back to the orphanage. Uncover some truths.
So that's where the fire happened then.
I guess that's what you guys have found out, is that the fire happened there. I don't remember that, but that's where we're going. And guess we're going to be making preparations. Start packing your bags because we leave soon.
All right. Off
Like-
the top of
like-
your head, do you remember which plate this was?
This was the ghost plate.
All right. Not that I know what preparations to really make based off of that, but this has all been so messed up so far.
Which is why it was important for you to get your sleep, because we're leaving tomorrow.
Yeah, sorry that I just had that revelation last night. I'll try to avoid that in the future, Chase.
I think we need to get together with the rest of the group. Make these plans together.
All right, well, how soon do you want to head out?
Now. Get dressed.
She'll she'll walk back over to the door, stifling a bit of a sigh and open it, just lean her head out and call, Noir, would you be ready to leave in a few minutes? You're muted.
Okay, let's go get Fabian on the bus. How'd things go? Was he trouble?
Oh, Chase? Chase is always trouble.
Yeah.
And that she'll go back in and close the door again.
Are you guys gonna pretend like you're fighting too?
That no one saw.
She opens up the door. Chase has the hood all around. It's just hunched in the corner. No.
All right, so she'll look back at Chase and nod and say, yeah, it's not preferable, but I'd be good to go in a few minutes. Meet you in the hallway?
Yep. Meet you in the hallway.
Okay. Do we want to, just for simplicity's sake, to move things forward, do we want to just jump to wherever it is you guys are meeting for a group meeting?
I'm good if no one else wants to play things out.
Okay. Okay. Where do you guys want to meet?
So the diner's as good a place as any.
All right. Diner's a good place as any, and you can hear random people in the background ordering food.
That is appropriate.
Thank you, Roma, for the background
Ambiance.
ambient sound. I don't have to add anything to it. It's just naturally there. People are ordering coffee. Were you about to say something, though, Roma?
No, I'm actually on the 3rd floor. People are just chit-chatting.
Okay. All right. So random people in the background in the diner, but you can have your private conversation in your usual spot. I'm sure that Felicity will be there to provide you with some complimentary smoothies, because she likes having you guys there.
Aw. How does Felicity look?
She looks good. She looks like
Alright.
she's in high spirits. Right now, the diner is very busy, so I don't think she can really have an extended conversation with any of you. But she looks good.
Okay.
Go ahead. Have your meeting.
By the way, Molly brought Madison with her.
Finally!
Ooh. Oh gosh.
Are you inviting... So if you're going to bring Madison with you, then either the
Noir.
lieutenant or the rookie or both should also be there. Who would you like to be there?
Let's have Nevi be with
Okay,
her.
that's
Okay.
better.
Aw.
We haven't
Nevi will be
had
there.
a lot with her lately.
You'll be there at the diner, and Officer Nevi will... she's dressed in the blue... She's dressed in the blue Officer Jenny attire, but it's different. I think the rookies wear slightly different. She doesn't have like an official... She might have a badge, but it's definitely not the same badge as an official police officer would. And she will thank Felicity with the smoothie. She likes salted caramel. She's having a salted caramel smoothie. These are really good. I should come here more often, the rookie says. Cassie, you doing okay? You look a little out of it.
Yeah, just a bit of a rough night.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
So explain to me again why you two are here. Not that I don't want you here, just not used to seeing you.
Molly says, okay, so everyone, this is Madison.
Oh, nice to finally meet you.
Hi, she says, and she's looking at... This entire time is a little bit awkward, not for Madison, but she's trying to avoid eye contact with Noir in particular.
As soon as
She's
like,
sort of like...
as soon as Noir's like finished like reading paper,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he like looks up and sees her, it's like, oh gosh, just like hides underneath the table, just, like
Noir,
starts,
sweetie,
like,
okay?
a little bit underneath the table, and like bumps it, and he's with her head, and it's like, ow.
Okay, that's weird.
Hi, I'm Madison. I'm Molly's friend. Thank you for having me here.
It is so good to finally have a face to a name. I feel like everyone's talked about you.
Oh, really?
Good things.
Well, thank you. I'm very appreciative of that. And thank you for trying to help me find... Oh, do they not know what we're asking them to help them find?
What now? Looks at Molly.
Oh, Well,
I mean, you're the
haven't-
computer
I haven't
girl, right?
I hadn't quite gotten to that part yet, Madison, but yeah. Guess what, everyone? We're gonna rescue a Pokemon.
Okay.
Oh, good.
It's
Sounds
very
fun.
special Pokemon. My Rotim.
Yeah, you never let me know. Did he actually put himself back into her PC?
It looks like he logged himself in.
So he was
Yeah,
stolen
but-
through the system, like the other Pokemon.
Oh.
Possibly, we're not sure. So, but Madison has an idea of how we can get him back.
It's a
Okay.
crazy idea, but I think it's still the best one we got. If you're willing to hear me out. So
Yeah, and everyone, it's a lot to ask, but yeah, can we just hear her out until the end?
she's looking around just to make sure nobody else is listening, and then she like leans in a little bit and she says, "All right, so what I'm suggesting, admittedly, is a little unconventional, but let me explain. So there apparently has been a bunch of disappearing Pokemon in the PC systems over the last several weeks. I don't know if you all have picked up the paper or nothing, but that's basically one lead that we got. Now, the problem is, searching through the entire computer network systems, well, it's a little tricky, and I feel like we might have a much easier time if we end up sending some Pokemon directly to do a search for Rotim by actually sending them through the PC and tracking them in the PC. So basically what this would entail is to store the Pokemon into the PC. I would be able to attach to them a device that one of them would have to hold on to so we can keep tabs on them and communicate through them through my end here, through the external interface, and they can report back to us and let us know what their findings are. I've got a tracker signal that should be able to pick up on Rotim once you're within a certain vicinity of Rotim, but you would have to try to get within that vicinity first, or the Pokemon would have to get within that vicinity, within the network itself. I know, it sounds crazy, but I think that that's the best option we have.
Well, you're not recommending we
Okay.
send our Pokemon in, are you?
Yeah, question on that. Eyes flick to Nevi. Don't the police have Pokemon trained for cybersecurity like this?
Not for this kind of thing, no. Not for actually sending Pokemon in. Normally when you put a Pokemon into a PC, to my understanding, they pretty much remain as stasis, or unconscious, I guess, in our terms. However, I can make it so that they're completely awake and conscious and can actually maneuver around the network. I don't think we have Pokemon that have ever really experienced that before, as far as I know. Normally, like I said, they're just dormant within a PC.
Okay, well, I'm super uncomfortable by this, but not my decision. Takes out luxury ball, lays down yoga mat, pops out you. Hello, Kettle Petal. Sorry to wake you up from your nap. My favorite ass to be.
Ew pops out. He kind of yawns, rubs his eyes. Oh, he kind of waves at everyone.
You, sweetie, this is Madison. Madison, this is my Grimer, ew.
Madison will say, "Oh, isn't he a cutie?"
He is. Okay, sweetie, her Pokemon's gone missing. She wants to send in a team to go find them. She thinks you and your friends can help. Do you want to? It's completely up to you.
Ew hears that Pokemon's in trouble, and he just kind of perks up, and he looks very concerned at Madison.
Well, I think my Cuddle Puddle's in.
"Oh, thank you." She says, "I would really so much appreciate it. I'm so worried sick about Tim. we haven't been apart for very long at all, and well, this is pretty much the only reason why I'm out here, is because I'm trying to prove that I could be, well, a positive contributor to society.
Tiffany strains at that, rests her hand over Madison's. Okay. Be okay.
Thanks.
So, Madison, no offense to you, and of course, I feel terribly for your situation, and I'd love to help, but I think we all have to, and at this point, she looks around at everyone on the table. I think we all have to realize here that not only would we be sending our Pokemon alone, without our guidance, but into an unexplored territory to potentially find someone who is specifically targeting and kidnapping Pokemon. And I don't want to, rub salt in anyone's wounds if they're still fresh, but we saw what happened the last time our Pokemon were sent into battle.
Well,
Well,
I can't imagine that any battling would necessarily happen within a computer network, as far as I know. That would be a little weird.
Cassie, the reality is we were in a coma for 3 days. Our Pokemon were fine together. Who I've had some dietary issues with, but it's fine. I think they're more resourceful than you're giving them credit for.
Yeah, and hopefully if everything goes according to plan, then the rest of the Pokemon should all be unconscious, just like Madison said, right?
So let's focus on that a little bit. According to plan, how much in the past, let's say, month, have gone according to people's plans here?
I won the contest?
To be fair,
He holds up a hand.
not that much.
One.
So I'm not saying we should not help Madison. I'm just saying before we dive right into it, let's just take a little bit of time to consider it, all right?
I understand. But
I don't have anything to pay you for this, admittedly. I've
No,
got
sweetie,
nothing
no,
really to...
I would do
That's
this for
not-
free.
That's not what this is about.
You won't ask for payment. No one will.
At most, maybe a night of babysitting you so I can go out.
Babysitting? I can do babysitting.
Exactly. Although Chase is his favorite. That's Chase's shoulder.
Ooh is already sitting next to Chase. Just
Aww.
sitting next to him.
What do you think, Chase? Madison asks him.
I'm just waiting for you to tell me what time.
I mean, I can start the process as early as this afternoon if you want. Obviously, the sooner the better.
He unzips his hoodie, looks at Lux. You ready this afternoon? We're good.
Waves to Madison. Looks over at Nevi for a few moments, like,
All right.
oh, Jenny. Not. Looks confused at Chase, like, did I do the wrong thing?
You're fine here, Lux. I think Lux could really use some help, and I think they are working very well together. He looks at Cassie. I think maybe Fern needs some experience as well. I think she's with the right Pokemon.
Cassie will sigh a little and slouch slightly and then look at Noir.
It's up to Remy.
Remy's sitting at Madison's side.
All right,
That's it.
well... Go ahead.
No, at the sound of Pokemon in trouble, Remy would have definitely already shifted
Okay.
over.
I hate the idea of not being there with Bullet, but at the same time, Rotim was my responsibility, and I want to see this through.
Oh, thank you, Molly, she says.
All right, well, if I'm going to be the odd one out, sure. I'll let Fern decide.
Is Fern in her bowl, or has she been listening?
Arcus made the thing they can kind of come and go, so if she wanted, once they got there, to be out,
Yeah, Fern's probably
feel
out.
free to. I imagine
be-
during the traveling, she was probably in her ball, but
Yeah, she's probably out and about right now. Does Fern say anything?
Yeah, Fern looks at everyone. It's like, why wouldn't I come along?
Good answer.
You guys are coming.
We missed you at the rally.
Rookie Nevi chuckles a little bit, and she says, "Fern says she's up for it."
All right. Guess we're in then.
Yeah.
Chase will look
Maybe I'll
at.
have.
Go ahead.
Molly's gonna say, I want to have a few words with Bullet before we start this, but looks like everyone's on board.
All right then. Well, that's 5 Pokemon. I can technically place up to 6 Pokemon into this special state. So if you want to put in a 6th one, it's up to you. But we don't have to necessarily. 5 will do.
Eyes flick to Nevi. Do you have a Pokemon? I don't think I've seen you with one.
Nevi takes out a Pokeball and she opens it, and out pops it's a bird Pokemon that looks like its head is in the shape of a musical note. It is a Chatot.
Yeah.
It is a Chatot, which is pretty fitting for a linguist, I would say. And the Chatot looks around the room, and he actually squawks. Hello!
Aww.
He actually speaks.
Hello.
Chatot can speak a few simple, common words here and there. I'm trying to teach it as much of common as I can, and he's been taking it up pretty easily. Good!
Impressive.
We could send Chatot in, but we don't necessarily have to.
If you're not comfortable seeing Chatot, I do have someone who owes me a favor.
Oh? I'd like to hear options.
I helped someone out with getting a meal the other day, and they said they owe me one, so I may be able to convince them to ask their Pokemon if they would be willing to go along. So,
On the other hand-
Oh, so Cobblestone. You want to ask Cobblestone if Cobblestone is available?
you know him?
Oh, the Rattata.
Known him for a few years, yeah. He sort of helped me survive on the street for the first few years.
Small world.
Interesting choice.
If we're wanting to be able to look at as many options as we can, I would request something in the Porygon line. I'm sure I could, talk to some contacts at the labs, see if they'd have any.
I'm gonna guess this is time sensitive. Will you have time for it?
Could probably call in a few favors.
All right.
Porygon is actually a very rare Pokemon. You can ask, but I don't think they're going to have any readily available.
Not even at Prism?
Not even at Prism.
Well, she's definitely going to ask.
Had them
You can
available.
ask.
Like, even had them available, they don't really know you that well there yet. They might not be willing to risk their Pokemon.
Yeah, Prism. Yeah, Porygons are very rare.
Does Jenny have a Pokemon?
Yes, the chat on. Oh, other Jenny.
Lieutenant, she says, yeah,
Lieutenant.
he's got a Donphan, Sniffles.
Seemed like that
It's named
Pokemon
Sniffles. Sorry.
Oh, that's a really cute name.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's got the best nose in the force. Even the Growlithes, and Growlithes tend to have a decent nose on them too.
Pokemon with some
Gossip's still in
experience.
training, she says, turning to Chatot. The Chatot's
Gossip.
name is Gossip.
If Cal would be willing, I think his Donphan sounds the best right now.
Probably the best trained for this
Exactly.
type of situation.
Put some experience on the team.
I mean, I could ask him. I'm assuming he might want Sniffles with him when he's going over to Castelia City with you guys. I'm assuming. they're kind of partners, but I'm sure if you tell him, you might convince him to let Sniffles go with your Pokemon. I mean, it makes sense.
I don't know if I want to I don't know if I want to separate the lieutenant from his Pokemon.
Yeah, that feels a little cruel.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. I figure Sniffles could probably help him out if things go south during the trip. So.
Yeah, I think we need that nose in the other location. Nose won't do so much inside the digital realm.
Probably not.
No offense, gossip. I mean, I know you're learning, but
Rah! Rah! Gossip! Gossip!
anyone else you guys can think of?
Well, if this is tying to the missing Pokemon, maybe Keith and his Murkrow Inky. This would be an inside story for him. Assuming, looks at Nevi, we're allowed to talk about this.
Nevi says, I can't see why not if we end up discovering the source of these kidnapped Pokemon. I'm sure there can be a press release for it.
Scoop.
Like, I still don't feel comfortable sending our Pokemon in. I definitely don't want to send in just another guy's.
It's your choice.
So really, when it comes to the Pokemon trainers and how they might feel by being separated from their Pokemon, I think Gobblestone is probably the best choice.
All right, then.
I think Cobblestone would allow it, especially if he owes something to Noir. He's pretty honorable that way.
I guess it's worth a shot. So, what do you guys think? When you want to do this?
This afternoon. Send them on their way.
Clutches his hand under table, like, not okay with this, but trying to project strength.
Sounds good. And in the meantime, once we know that the Pokemon are well into, this is Officer Nevi speaking, once they're well situated and inside, I'm sure the lieutenant will brief you all on your Castilia City trip.
When's that happening exactly?
Yeah, I have a day job still.
Conveniently.
So do I, and
Yes, for convenience sake, we'll just say that you guys actually it's the weekend and you don't have your job tomorrow. Just convenient. Yay, story convenience.
The plot
really.
demands it. Okay, let's go.
Like, I might have to go get Kara for Fabian or something. Bring her along to the hotel.
Yeah, who do you want who do you want to watch Fabian while you're away?
I don't know. Like, there's probably like a Kara system for like people with disabilities, so probably that.
Sure, I'm sure you can do
Unless
that too.
anyone.
Unless you know of somebody else personally that would be willing to watch him for free.
Chase. Hey, Miss Fortune.
Yes, baby.
We need to talk to you.
She finishes up with the customer and she says, I see all of you are about done with all of your smoothies. I hope that you all enjoy yourselves here. What can I do for you?
We might need a favor. It's going to be a lot to ask for. We have a child who's going to need care for maybe 2 days over the weekend. We need a babysitter.
I think I might be able to watch someone over the weekend. Sure.
I will cover any costs that you have for doing this favor for us.
She says, well, not that I necessarily not necessarily that I would need anything from you, Chase, but if you're offering, the back room could use some painting.
I'm offering, so I will cover it. Noir, you're taken care of.
Well, if you're offering, then I accept.
Have you looked after children before?
She has two girls.
I have 2 girls.
Okay.
Like, how hard can a boy be, really?
Well, she gets out her bag. It's like,
Boys tend to be a lot simpler than girls.
not real, not always. Before you sign on to this, she has like a little folder. Like, his special needs. He's also recently got aura abilities. So there's a little things. Here's a folder I normally give new carers. So if you want to babysit him for a few days, just flick through that to see if you're willing to go through with that.
I definitely will thumb through this. I can't say that I've ever taken care of anyone with special needs, but I mean, I definitely am willing to do it if you think I'm qualified.
I'm just wondering if you're willing, given the circumstances. I don't want to give you unfair expectations for what you're doing.
If it's a couple days, I think it'll be all right. Maybe the girls will make friends with him.
Yeah. Maybe.
How old
sorry
is he?
to spring this on you.
How old is he?
15.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm willing to if you're willing to.
Okay, you seem to have a stable job. You have children.
She's
Two
got a
girls, you must
large.
have done something right.
She's got a large field with berries. They likely have butterfrees around. I mean, Fabian will be right at home out back.
He loves butterfree.
You
You
see,
get a lot of bug Pokemon, at least the ones that aren't pests.
It is lovely.
I think you'll love it there.
Does he like smoothies?
He likes banana ones.
Oh, well, I think I might be able to win him over then.
Good luck.
She will nod, and then she will attend to a customer that's trying to flag her down.
thank you. He shuts out.
Okay. Happened.
That
You
worked out
see?
well.
Okay. All right. Is there something else, Roma?
Yeah,
All right.
if we're all done, then I think Molly's gonna just have a chat with Bullet real quick.
Go ahead.
Is this in private or is he right there? Like, did he experience all this?
I'm assuming that Bullet was
I think
present.
Okay,
I
just due
think
to
he
his
witnessed
size, I wasn't sure if he would actually be in there.
Bullet can fit
He
through
was
doors.
he was in there before. Yeah.
Right.
He can squeeze through doors. He might have to walk through them sideways, but he can do it.
Oh, he
ahead.
can fit through a window. He'll be
It
fine.
wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't the fitting so much as like would a restaurant patron or whatever, or would they like having someone take up that much space?
Felicity would let you in.
Cool.
Yeah,
We're
they
good
would let you in. This is your spot. Yes. This is your hangout spot. This is your, what is it called? The juice bar at Angel Grove or whatever it is. But go ahead. The Peach Pit from Saved by the Bell. I just dated myself, but anyway. No, the Peach Pit was 90210.
Yeah.
Sorry, the Peach Pit was 90210. I forgot what the Saved by the Bell was. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, Bullet was there, but now Molly's gonna try to have a private conversation with him, as private as possible, considering their surroundings. So, out of character, real quick, did Bullet do anything during the sidekick rally?
No, he was just flying with the other Pokemon patrolling, but nothing happened.
Okay.
So they basically just kept watch. It was uneventful, and then they saw the other humans walk out, so they joined him again.
All right. So I'm gonna assume that Molly knows what happened at the psychic rally. So she's gonna say to Bullet, "So, buddy, you did a good job during the psychic rally. You handled everything by yourself, huh?"
As though knowing what's coming, his smile seems a little weak, though still present, and he nods.
I have to ask you for a bit more this time, don't I?
Just with that, He'll press up against her and nod again, rubbing.
Yeah, I don't like the thought of this, but listen, I'm gonna send you in there. I'm gonna send you in there with some more bottles of water, but maybe give them to someone else to hold. But you know what to do if anything goes wrong.
He'll glance at his saddlebag again, and then once more nod.
All right. You know, you don't always have to be a follower. You can lead too. If you see an opportunity, then take it, okay?
He cocks his head slightly, as though it's almost a new concept.
Yeah. If you see an opportunity to get Rotim back, then take it, okay?
He'll take a deep breath at this and, bolster himself up a little bit. And his nod this time is a little bit more brisk and a little bit more energy in there.
Usurp the Fennekin. Usurp him.
I will be the alpha.
Take the alpha from him.
Well,
You're the smart one.
You're the smart one. He's just the pretty one.
Yeah.
He's just the face.
Let's do
Okay, go ahead.
and Lux remains Lancer regardless.
Lux is the man behind the curtain. Yes.
Yeah. So Molly will say, just come back to me, okay?
At that, he will hug her once more. But then,
Aw.
after pulling back, his little serious face salutes with his wing again.
Come on, I'm not your commanding officer here, but
But
give
seeing
him
her
give
smile,
him another hug.
seeing her smile, his smile grows too.
Yeah. She'll pat him on the back and then go back to join the others.
Okay.
He'll follow.
Anything else before we move on? Okay.
He's sending Gus. No, we're sending Rat. Never mind. Let's go.
You guys will go ahead and chat up with Cobblestone, and you can find him again at his usual spot where he's normally rummaging through garbage pails. Who is going to be asking him? Is the entire group going to be going up to him, or is one person going up to him?
I can walk. Chase can walk up with Noir, but Noir is going to take the lead here for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cassie at some point would have called Aspen.
Sure.
So if we want to play that, or if we want to decide when that would happen, or if it's just going to be off camera because nothing will really happen. But that's what she's doing.
Is it going to be about the Porygon?
Yeah, pretty much.
Just to save time, he'll tell you that Porygon is actually a very rare Pokemon, and Prism Labs doesn't have any available, really, to give out to anyone.
Okay. Cool.
Um,
But just in character, she wouldn't have just accepted the old rat
sure.
without trying another phase.
Sure.
Yeah, now we can
Actually,
carry on.
when Noir Chase leave to go have their conversation, I would like to do something with Tiffany Cassie.
Okay.
Go on.
Wait, I'm sorry. Before or after talking to Cobblestone?
It could be same time, actually. So I'm fine either way, how you want to play it.
Let's do the Cobblestone scene real quick.
Okay. Your team. Woo!
So it's going to be Noir and Chase approaching Cobblestone, yes?
Yes.
You'll find him over rummaging through garbage in some alley. He seems to have maybe found a bag of chips or something, an open bag of chips that he starts sniffing, and then he takes a bite. It's pretty tasty, and he passes a chip over to Cobblestone.
You picked the right one. Very good. And then walks over with Noir. Hey, Cobblestone. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, Chase! Chase, my friend! Good to see you! Oh, and you have a very pretty companion with you. I had no idea.
Long time no
Neither
see,
did I.
Cobblestone. How have you been?
It says, I'm doing as well as can be ever since I came from that meeting the other day. It was good to see you there. I didn't realize that you were so supportive of us, or allies of us.
Well, it's not easy living on the street.
What can I do for the both of you?
Well,
Chase will look at
actually,
Noir.
I'm here to call on that favor. I messed things up for someone, and yeah, I couldn't help them. And it's my fault they got into a bad situation, and while they were in that bad situation, something bad happened to their Pokemon. And yeah, if I could call on upon that favor that you said, you'd owe me.
Well, what's the favor?
Could you help them reclaim their Pokemon by apparently it's some type of computer system that apparently only Pokemon can go through.
Computer
That's what I
system.
asked.
I have to be honest with you. I'm not really all that great with computers. I don't know if you've noticed, but I haven't really had an opportunity to be on a computer for quite some time. I don't even have one of them smartphones even.
Chase will get between them. She needs Gobblestone.
Gobblestone?
Temporarily.
Gobblestone. I mean, he's smart, but he doesn't know anything about computers either.
He doesn't need to. Right, Noir? We just
I guess. It's just looking for a lost Pokemon, but on the computer.
He needs to go into the computer, Cobblestone. Don't ask how. We don't ask either. Someone knows how to do it through the PC transfer system.
Is it safe?
It's safe.
Oh, okay, well, if Chase says it's safe, and Chase is one of the most cautious people I know, so if Chase thinks it's safe, then I think it's safe for Gobblestone as long as he's okay with it. And he looks over at the shoulder and says, "What do you think there, fella? Do you think you ready for a little bit of an adventure, just like old times?" And Gobblestone looks around and says, he starts to nod. Oh, okay. Well, he says that he says he's ready for a little bit of adventure, for a change. It's been quite some time.
And he'll be with 5 others. Go ahead, Noir.
And if it helps, there's a real computer expert that's pretty much going to be monitoring them the entire time.
He said, "Well, all right then. I don't suppose that he'll be fed during this excursion, will he?"
Of course.
Oh, well, I think that's all I ask in terms of the terms. Definitely.
I can even cook you up a meal before we leave.
I'm not going to say no to that. I know that I'm doing you a favor, but I'm not going to say no if you're offering, he says as he smiles.
And Chase is going to let Lux out too to say like
you
he'll be
assume Lux was not out all along. Like, yeah, we're doing this.
Oh yeah, no, like there'll be 5 others with him. He'll be fine, and if he's got some history, I think they'll all get along just fine. And he points at Remy and Lux. And
how long is this gonna be for then?
I think a day.
Oh well, if it's just for a day, yeah, sure. I'm fine with that. Cobblestone, you're fine with that, and Cobblestone, he's nods. So all right, well you can go ahead and have them. Here you go, and he'll cup Cobblestone and hand them to Chase. Just make sure that he's well taken care of and well fed, and that's all I ask.
He will be.
Oh, all right. And Chase, if I could talk to you privately too.
Oh yes, that's right.
So I wanted to let you know that I did some watching.
Whoa, hold on. Noir, what's the range on your abilities? I just point at her pin to Cobblestone. I'm like, just hold on, please. What?
Yes.
Just you want to just get beyond your range there, Noir. Just when we say private, we mean private. So
Well, I can levitate. I can telekinetically move things up to like 12 meters away. So I'll be going pretty far. Bye.
teleport yourself 13 meters away. Thank you.
Boom. And like when she teleports, like there's like a little ring there, and goes.
Huh. That's
She
useful.
seems, when she's gone, Cobblestone says, she seems very sweet, Chase. And very pretty, too.
There's a lot that's not known about her. So what's on the outside is not always representative of who a person is.
Well, you and I both know what it's like to have a lot that people don't tend to know about, yes.
I'll find out more about her. But first, I think you're going to tell me about someone else, yes?
Oh, yes. I did a bit of watching, like you said. I stood outside of the police station and just made sure that I didn't bring attention to myself. And I did a little bit of following, and I found out where both this lieutenant lives, as well as this rookie Nevi, where she stays too. So if you want their address, I have it scrawled up on this piece of paper here, and it's on a used, written on a used hamburger wrapper from a fast food restaurant. Still got a little bit of cheese, dried cheese on it.
Pull out the Sharpie, write the addresses on more concealed areas of the body. Yeah, just write them on himself instead of taking the wrapper.
Now, if you want me to keep watching maybe one of the, like I said, beautiful ladies over at the police station, I will definitely be on top of that too.
Everything you do from this point on is on your own accord, Cobblestone. So if you get in trouble, it's on you, not me.
Oh, well, that's disappointing. All right, well, I don't know what you're going to be doing with this information, but whatever it is, I'm trusting that it'll be put to good use.
Everything I do, I hope, is for the good use. So thank you for these addresses.
Of course. Anything for you, my friend. You've been incredibly generous to me. I don't think I could ever repay you. I don't think I'd be able to live long enough to pay you back.
You pay me back every time we meet.
Well, again, I don't have to tell you to watch over Gobblestone for me. He's very important person in my life.
If anything happens to Gobblestone, I will be personally responsible. I will make sure that nothing happens. And if I can't make sure that nothing happens, I will do what I can to make it up to you. And I'm just trying to be honest with you. I don't know how this is going to go, but I trust in Gobblestone, and I think he's with the right group of Pokemon.
Well, like if you trust him, trust this group, then I trust the group too.
And thank you so much for this. It's
Of course. Potato chip? He asks as he hands you the bag.
hell yes. Take some
Lex
chips.
will take one as well.
It's sour cream and onion.
Oh.
Yum.
So, yum. Okay.